I forgot I didn't eat. I was kind of starving. On top of a lot of players that are also competing in Grand Blue needing to finish up their round robin, which they're done now. So we're ready to get things going. We have Nexinitus versus Folken. And with that, I am just going to leave you all with our commentators, Doggy Sandwich, Coach.
Whoa.
Mr. Angelo.
I'm supposed to be anonymous still. You said I can.
It's too late. It's too late.
You can at least say my name, right?
Information is out.
Wow.
Yeah, your name's been refined, man, and changed.
Lurker's
Hey.
reveal.
Ain't never gonna. I know, right? Ain't never gonna make it.
But well, Folken, he's been playing Mina, so we'll probably see that from him in Nexinitus. Mainly Earthquake, but he likes his Wanfu as well, so there's no telling exactly what we'll see.
I feel like, aside from the patch notes that just came out a couple days ago, I feel like whenever I see Nexinitus talk lately, it's been about Wanfu.
Okay. I know he's been mostly on Grand Blue.
He plays, not specifically a lot of stuff, but a lot of Flavor of the Months. Because I remember when, around Evo time, when they announced How Maru in Soul Calibur, which that's coming very soon, by the way, he was like scrambling to learn that so he could play How when he comes out. So he bounces around from game to game for the most part. Nexinitus first getting his footing as a Pokken player, if I understand correctly, right?
That's what he usually says, so. It looks like he's going Wanfu here, and Folken going with the expected Mina pick.
Hey, I got that good call. See what the Samurai God, is that what his title was?
The Samurai God.
Oh man, he didn't even have a sword, dude.
Well, we're about to see if Folken's gonna get a blessing today.
Over here waiting for the first online Casa de Samsho. I still want to call it Casa de Test, but apparently I can't do that anymore. Starting off with a couple of bees, running bees as well. So trying to set the tone a little bit over the top.
So that pillar toss is probably gonna be kind of annoying to Mina for how she wants to play. So
Right.
she's gonna have to emphasize that movement.
And probably take some straight up arrows from her stance as well, right? Because the way I was having it panned out in my head is when Folken wants to look for his stances, one of the strong responses that Nexinitus probably has is just throwing the pillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes away 2 of the 3 options. So occasionally Folken's gonna have to burn one of his stances on just keeping him in check. But if he doesn't get a chance to pull the bow, if he gets dunked, none of that theory matters too much.
Yeah, it's a matter of reaction because the pillar's gonna come out anyway and probably still hit him.
All right.
Depends on what his timing is like. But he's pretty intent on controlling that horizontal range in front of him.
There's the pillar again, and I like when Folken did as soon as he saw the pillar come out. He saw that Nexinitus wasn't really in range to do anything, so he scrambled up with him just to put a challenge on him picking up his pillar. Couldn't really get anything from it, but just showing that he's not willing to let it happen for free, one way or the other. It's a nice back throw. Big confirmed down the.
You gotta walk up just a little bit further.
He tried to run all the way up and see if he can spook him into making a mistake. Nothing happening just yet. Gets the second one, but the weapon flip's going to be gone. So this is looking really rough for Folken right now. Might come down to him unleashing the rage.
All right, so he's got a big opportunity here because he's knocked Wanfu off his weapon, and unfortunately, he got frozen off his own advantage.
Man, got dunked down in the game too. That's 2 scoops, 2 big scoops.
So Nexinitus is going on the board. He must be going to the room. Don't know what he's gonna do. Change the stage or relax.
Relax? Ain't got time to relax in here. Not in this game.
Hey, man.
I'm actually going to fill you in on why they do that. Since Samurai Showdowns online is
Oh god,
questionable,
here we go.
the lobby will break if he doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
So it'll just fuck up if he doesn't do that. So luckily, he's a veteran, and he knows better.
All right. So Folken out here keeping us safe. I mean, Nexinitus out here keeping us safe. Folken just jumped in there.
Samurai God.
Samurai God.
To his credit, that he probably picked up that experience from all the Ronin Rumbles he plays, because that seems like a weekly affair to him.
Yeah, he's usually in it. It's usually a weird exception if he's not, but anyways, Folken is pretty good on these throws so far, as far as his landing rate.
And he keeps looking for the meaty setup afterwards. Nexinitus rolled into it and took a stance break afterwards to try to get some space. And I like the adaptation. Since Folken saw that, he went for it again, this time faking the JC, like showing quite a few different things, and Nexinitus didn't even want to play with it anymore.
Right, he manages to land with the pillar toss, pick it back up.
He'll do it again. He's get up and do it again.
I respect him using the reflect there. He got the knockdown, but Nexinitus gets the close medium to the pillar spin.
Trying to keep all the buttons in check. Got a kick out there, but wasn't ready for an anti-air. And speaking of kicks, 6D getting some space for Folken. But we scrambling out here.
So yeah, Folken actually is doing an okay job of getting plus frames, but like once he gets them, he's just kind of letting Nexinitus have a turn anyway.
Right. Folken, yeah, he was still willing to press. We were getting down to crunch time, 11 seconds left on the clock, and Folken was the one who was still pushing the issue, wanted to get that round cleanly. So he does.
Dodges. I wonder what he's looking for, because he hadn't had his arrow out at that point, but he's letting him get the pillar throw mix-ups. Big opportunity. He goes for a throw though. Weak, very weak punish.
Yeah, and like the worst thing about it is not only did he just take a throw, he threw him full screen. Like instead of throwing him back into the corner just so he'd have more room to get away.
Alright, he's in that down heavy this week.
Snatched up again from the pillar. Command throw.
Yeah, Focus is kind of playing into a lot of what Nexinitus wants to do, because once he throws away his pillar and he doesn't get anything from it, Mina has all the tools to kind of keep him away, to make it a really make it a hassle to just go back and pick it up, but he doesn't really play on that, and Nexinitus has been coming up ahead on those interactions.
It's to the point now where Folken is like literally walking on top of his body instead of trying to find the space, which again is perfectly cool with Nexinitus, because with the way he's been rolling dice, it'll pan out for him, especially when he finds a big close C like so. He gets the Rage Burst back throw, and he steps all the way in this time. There we go.
So, weapon's been removed. He goes in for some pressure. Uses those kicks. I like that. All right, Nexinitus strikes, gets the first blood in that interaction with his medium.
Oh, but we get a Rage Burst out of him. Looking really good. Going in with the dash A's.
Yeah, Folken is mighty bold in this scenario.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I remember this from the last Casa, where it seems like in the beginning when he settled, he plays what you expect out of Mina. Like you see mid range, you see long range, you see stances, you see shots, but he gets, I don't want to just blatantly say frustrated, but like his game plan just falls apart and he's just in your face, which doesn't seem like it works out for him at all.
Hasn't been so far. Yeah, this is kind of a thing where there's probably a few more components he needs to add to his game plan, because he gets the basics down, but Nexinitus is taking advantage of some of the gaps that are there.
He's taking advantage of the big gap known as down back. He's got like 4 command throws so far, 4 or 5.
Yeah. So some of the common wisdom is once you block that pillar, you just take the jump, because at most he'll smack you and you go into an air reset. So he missed the arrow and got hit by the pillar.
Yeah.
Okay, gets a sweep with that down medium.
Nice.
Here we go.
Really good time to think about stepping in and taking a back throw there. Trying to find something again. Wasn't ready for him to come over the top, but nothing really doing from it just yet. Over the top again. Yo, we holding up forward. We're going in there.
Goes for the full pillar spin. All right.
Oh, it's not ready for the end here. And he pressed something. Like, it was on his mind, but it doesn't matter too much as he gets the big confirm. Like, half his life gone.
Yeah, he got the running light slash, but he didn't combo it into weapon flip, and that kind of gave Nexinitus his turn back. All right, we're going back to the stare down. Nexinitus is trying to reach out with those mediums to try to get the spacing, you know.
I kind of wonder if he meant to fake his jumping right there, or if he was just looking to hit it and he missed it. Like, the normal thing that would happen is, you know, JC at that point, just take a big hit. But he has shown that he's trying to fake jump-ins at some point. So I wonder if he, like, intentionally did it and it didn't pan out, or it's just a little bit of an error. Either way, he found his weapon flip, has to pick up his weapon at some point, but he's pretty much equalized the damage. He's going to take a lot of chips in this point, and wasn't ready for Folken to keep pressing through, gets the confirm, and puts us at 1 apiece here in game 3.
Yeah, that's kind of some of the things I was trying to illustrate earlier with Folken's decision making. Right there, he utilized this plus spring. Oh, okay, good deflect.
Yeah, that deflect meant so much. And he was looking for it again. He's just trying to shut this round out right now. Nexinitus with a lot of confidence breaming over there.
Yeah, he's trying to dodge those arrows. They're kind of fast to dodge on reaction. And plus, you got to like wonder what she's going to do while she's posing. So I won't say it's like a guess, but there's definitely a degree of prediction that comes with that.
All right. Taking a pillar from the recoil.
All right. He's going to go ahead and burn that rage. Turn the aggression up.
And you've seen that quite a few times. Gets his rage off, so when he was thrown into
I was gonna say right there, that was the Eason, because even if he canceled, I don't think he would have been in time.
right. So you're saying it's not a samurai god? But he can make it work. You know, one thing that we've seen quite a few times in this set already is poor Mina getting picked up and tossed to the next game. So I think that's been a pretty common theme in these first 3 games.
Mm-hmm. I take it Folken has found some comfort in the loving arms of Wanfu.
Nah, I doubt it.
Well, that's not what the screen said, man. But yeah, this again, he has kind of the right ideas. It's just okay. This is going back to his main squeeze, Yoshitora, who he initially started the game with.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I couldn't hear if that was a question or not, but yeah, he did.
Yeah. So he's gonna gotta jump heavies on deck, and so we're gonna see how that works out. Though Folken in general, he's not very aggressive with that Yoshitora, which I think is causing him some grief.
Right. It's been one to for better or for worse. We know him for really trying to grind it down on the ground, but yeah, we'll see how this pans out. Takes to the air and went with the jump. I think that is. It wasn't the jump heavy.
It's the cross up. It only works on well, it works on crouching to a certain angle. But yeah, it's this cross up, and he uses that to like kind of bait you. So right there, gets the big cash out because he got him crouching. So that's yeah, pretty much. That's one of the contentions with the Yoshitora players is they tend not to want to convert with that early on if they don't want their opponent to have rage, even though it's the bigger damage.
Right.
So it's a matter of player preference, but a lot of them will like only use that in cases where, well, they'll specifically look for cases where they don't want the opponent to have rage.
Here's something to think about, right? This is something for the future. Mm-hmm. So he hit him with the whole combo. I don't know exactly the move, and he puts him in rage, right? He hits him again while he's in rage. And think of all the time that just went away, right? That ain't gonna happen next week.
Well, no, it still happens. They just put it. Basically, the changes there, they made it so that you can see the timer. It counts down. So yeah, like right now, if you get knocked down or get hit, your rage does not go down. So while he's doing that, his rage is his attack. Oh. All right, back throw goes for the big damage.
It's been pretty consistent with that. Takes it again. 3-piece, 4 total. And he was just looking for him to stand up. That's interesting, but I respect that he does that because I see so many people that are willing to just take the space and let somebody have a little real estate, like looking for a role. Nexinitus taking a more aggressive approach to it and giving up the corner, but with the confidence that he's had, it doesn't really matter too much to him so far. Gets thrown out of his kick.
All right, using that overhead. Okay. Oh, big opportunity, but again, drops the big punish. And usually, I know what you're saying, and I agree with it too. But in this game, at least in that moment, I think you got to really take your big ones because it can cost you a lot later.
Oh, you're talking about the any punish is better than none. So, like, yeah, I normally do say that any punish is better than none, but it's one thing that he took a throw again in a different scenario. He throws him into the most space, so that was like the worst case scenario of a punish. I would have rather him not taking the punish and left him in the corner, but he's still trying to see if he can bring this back. 5 seconds left on the clock, but he still has to make one more hit to get the lead. And he's jumping, we scrambling up here, up in the air. JC for the space, wait for the DP, dropping the clock, but the throw was no good.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't even command grab. I couldn't tell out of the moment, but yeah, he was like slightly out of range. So I don't even think he dodged.
No, he didn't. He didn't. You hate to see it happen.
Yeah, he held on to his rage, I guess, as a last minute thing, and I guess he kind of realized he's about to die. And so, and it's somewhat of a gamble, but yeah, when your health is getting low, you want a buffer of health when you go into rage, so you can act a little aggressive and not die to like a random kick or something. And so yeah, he waited till he basically had nothing, and it kind of cost him in the end.
Yeah, made the scramble so scary, and when he thought he saw the light at the end of the tunnel, lo and behold, there was nothing there. Literally nothing there. No, it wasn't even a train because he literally grabbed nothing.
Fair enough.
Where are we at now? Game 5?
Yep.
Nexinitus trying to see if he can take a clean sweep over Folken.
Yeah, it's looking like that. And I see him using the overhead cancel all the time, but it's so infrequent. Like, and again, he has a big opportunity, and that's a little better than what he was doing. But yeah, it
was could have been a lot better. Just again, holding the corner was a good start, but getting thrown again where Nexinitus starts to really shine, that's where it starts to fall apart. But he gets a chance again, but he just can't keep him pinned. Takes another back throw. Like it's the damage. But with the way that scramble just panned out, he has to keep chasing him. And if he can't keep him contained like so, there's a little time for Nexinitus to get some real big damage and possibly take the round back from him. Some more plus frames with the pillar, but Folken falling back. I like the idea. Do it again. Another one. Yeah.
Well, he specifically was looking for that, so it almost cost him. If he was up a little closer, he would have lost his weapon.
Right. Don't be scared. Oh! All right,
yeah, you're right. Maybe you should be a little scared.
But wait, look at the clock. Oh.
He was so antsy about wanting his weapon back, he didn't notice his health lead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it was one thing that he lost his weapon, like you're saying, but he didn't need it. Maybe a jab or two, if anything, but he could have just held up back for a while, burned the clock.
Now we're back into some also familiar territory here.
Solid punish, but he didn't get the confirm until the pillar swing. Still looking good for Nexinitus. He's walking Folken into the corner. Air to air, just give him some space, breathing room, and get him out of dodge. And he's found the command dash a couple of times, and he's gotten Nexinitus to swing into it, but he hasn't really gotten anything from it directly.
Yeah.
Over the top again with the JCs, but didn't believe that he'd challenge him after the fact. And I really wish I would have been keeping up with how many times Nexinitus has found the back throw to get himself out of the corner, because it's happened so many times throughout the set.
Yeah. And just in general, like Folken, even on his own jump ins, even if they're deep, he'll really do his take advantage of his advantage.
Let's see if he can make anything happen here. Gets a sweep, gets the lead from it as well, but still trying to close around out just now. Sweep block, no punish. In the air.
He got punched. Oh no, he just did a jump heavy, which is pretty hard to contest actually.
Yeah.
And it takes it 5-0.
Good looks to Nexinitus, holding on to his title as the Samurai God, reigning over all of net play Samsho, or at least of Casa de net play.
So I guess that leaves us with Terrence and the Painbot next. Battle of the hosts versus the reigning champ of the Casa.
You mean to tell me that even if I'm sitting in my house, I still gotta watch this match, man? I was totally expecting Painbot to come in here and say some trash, but guess he's busy trying to set everything up. Hey, he really ain't gonna plug anything. So, with that being said, yeah, this is indeed the Casa de Samsho that you're gonna get for a while. Casa de Samsho. We had Casa de Blue, the Grand Blue early, some kind of blue, right? Yeah. Both of them Matcherino events. So if you hit !Matcherino in the chat, or if you look below the stream in the details, you'll get links to the Samsho Matcherino. That's the only one you need to worry about. Grand Blue's already happened. You go in there, use the coupon code PBTV3, and you can donate a free, as in you ain't got to pay nothing, a free 50 cents to the pot. And you still got time to do this, so go ahead and get it done right now. If you want to complete some of the sponsor quests that are in there, add a little more to the pot, it would be greatly appreciated. You can go ahead and see if you can bolster up the pockets of the competitors that we have here. Hopefully not Painbot. It would be a shame if he won money from it. We ain't trying to see him come up in the world.
Oh boy. Well, so far it's been the Terrence show. Filling up that Chun-Li costume fun.
I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he bought them all before Champion Edition, right?
Yeah, but what about the next 20 that are coming down the road?
Damn it. And I know that they're what? I didn't hear you. Broke up. Oh, okay. So what do you mean 10 minutes? How is this going to take 10 minutes?
Hey, go ahead and put up your "Be Right Back" sign, man.
Oh my God! What are we gonna? Never gonna make it. We ain't never gonna make it.
Let's go ahead and send the invite, man.
Get it sitting there. Oh, you don't want us to see who you friends with? Who you friends with, man? You sound like you got some people that you don't want to bring out to the light of day, man. Oh, he left. Ditched us. What he really doesn't want us to see is his PS4 collection. Probably got some real sus games over there. So, say, man.
What's up?
Why didn't you enter?
Why am I not in here?
Why didn't you enter?
Because I did not want to enter.
That's fair. Somebody's got to do this dirty work, right?
Hey, well, it also don't have to be me, I guess. But here we are. I like Terrence representing the Ryu avatar, staying true to the basics that got him to where he was.
That sounds fraudulent right there. You talking about trying to buy Chun-Li costume? He's a Chun avatar. There's probably like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, that's plenty. But he chose to go with Ryu, man, the foundation.
I bet he's never played Ryu.
Probably. Well, I don't know, man.
I bet he's never played Ryu.
Maybe he did his Ryu training and then graduated Chun-Li and never looked back.
No, I refuse to believe it.
You refuse to believe it?
Character that can freely break out and throw Hados at will. I don't think he wants anything to do with that. Yeah, this is what it feels like to be waiting for Corona tournaments right here.
Come on, man. You usually say online tournaments, man.
I could, but let's be real. If it wasn't for Rona, we'd be sitting at Painbot's house right now, right?
I suppose that would be the case. Looks like they are readied up.
I see this Ryu is ready. That's the MVC3 Ryu. Oh man, yo, that guy, that ordinary guy, putting a searchlight on people. Shinku Hadouken! I remember that era. Now, if you'd have told me that Terrence played Ryu in Marvel, I would believe that. I would totally believe that.
He's a Sentinel kind of guy.
Ryu Chun Sentinel. That's the starting team. I could totally see that.
Oh, Lord. I guess we're waiting for the also esteemed host to ready up. I guess he's getting the scoreboard ready. Or getting Bates ready to run the scoreboard or something.
He's over here holding up the tournament. Yo, check Terrence out though. The Samurai Warlord. He's up there. You got a little beef to him.
Got to stay on that online grind.
You don't have a choice right now, man. Unless you want to take that big risk.
No thanks.
I mean, I guess what you could do if you really wanted to play is go hit up your favorite online store, buy a couple of hazmat suits, and then go get it done.
Suppose you could. All right, so I'm guessing we're gonna have our Io versus Charlotte going on, and Terrence is expressed displeasure versus fighting Ukio, even though he's gotten the better Painbot for the most part.
Right.
He says he's not a big fan of that.
I mean, do you like just sitting there minding your own business and losing a good chunk to an overhead?
Hey, man.
That's what happens.
Well, you better get them pokes ready.
The pokes that, he's thinking about throwing, and then there's this rogue slide coming out of nowhere, just putting him on his back.
Well, at least Charlotte's probably one of the better equipped for that.
That is true. But he ain't got to deal with that with anybody else. That's why Terrence is upset. Fighting a bigger bully, if you will. Or a bully nonetheless, no matter how you put it.
Yeah.
But we ain't going to see it because Painbot ain't trying to ready up. I think Painbot's scared, man.
Could be.
All the times that he's lost to Terrence at Casa de Samsho, he doesn't want to do it live on stream online.
Don't want to lose that Maturino bucks.
You see, look at him. He pulled it. Oh my god. He's a coward.
You heard it here first, folks. All right, here we go. Oh man. Oh man.
Thinking long and hard about what characters they actually want to play. Like it's actually going to be a choice for them. Watch Terrence come in here with like Woo. That would be the hugest question mark ever.
I don't think that one's happening, man. Just like you ain't gonna believe Terrence will do the Ryu. I ain't gonna believe you'd ever pick Wu.
Hey, you pick Wu before you pick Ryu. Let's be real.
Now I'm putting them both at 0.
All right. Well, good thing you didn't make that bet. Because I'd be broke.
All right, so let's see how this one goes. Hit the PS1 loading time.
Kind of wish it had the mini games that I think it was Namco games that had those.
Yeah, well, I think it was multiple games, and Namco copyrighted that concept.
Ah.
So yeah, you can't just do. I don't know if that's still the case, but at some point they did. But all right, here we go. That slide. Painbot's gonna get the best, the most he can out of him for next week.
That's gonna be a sad time for him when future Painbot comes in there and tells him he's gonna have to give up the Ukyo, go back to Tam Tam, tell him.
The ghost of Painbot's future. All right, so yeah, he's getting a slide, and so far Terrence has kind of like fought it all off, but he's finally been put on his back.
And I can see why Terrence doesn't like this character, because what I was saying earlier in Grand Blue, the consistent thing about Terrence from game to game, look at what Painbot gets to do. Even though Terrence is winning, Terrence is being forced to sit there in fear for his life.
Yeah.
While Painbot is jumping around like he has absolutely no sense, like he didn't know how to play Samsho. Faked the meaty, waited for the dodge, gets the throw, and he takes the lead off of that. Like, he's killed him in the corner, and he got him to whiff a DP.
He didn't really run the mix-up that hard. He just threatened it. So that was actually the fun part of that.
Fun for Painbot.
Yeah, for somebody. Somebody's got to be having fun. But yeah, like the concept is like you're never really out of danger versus Ukyo. It's always there until the round is over. So gets that just a stance break, just the spacing back. Now he's gonna try to grind Ukyo down.
Ooh, oh
no.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. Had the dash in, just didn't get the button. Maybe he was a little too late, and so he was stuck in recovery.
And so that was really subtle what Painbot just did right there with the slashes. So Terrence did the he did the option select, but he put the meaty slashes on him so that when he did the stance break, he just got hit by the rest of the slashes.
Well, on the other side, Terrence finds his weapon flip using his UO while it still knocks down. Gets the big JC, but doesn't get his DP. Oh.
Yeah, that might cost him. Well, then again, there he goes. What's gonna happen?
It's the beginning of the end. Painbot is on the prowl, sees blood in the water, trying to see if he can close this out. 15 on the clock, looking for a deflect. Nothing there just yet. And he's shown it once, and he doesn't want to go back to it. Oh, man.
What if he tried for a sweep?
Either that or I'll just go with that. Because what was on my mind is he might have been trying to poke around that and did a M. Either way, it didn't work. Just looking for a rollback, nothing there. And, he's trying to catch him a little too frantic over there in the corner and get a deflect. He's 0 for 3 on deflect so far, I want to say.
Yeah. I think that's about right. All right, Terrence jumping back to get his ground.
And he gets the dodge, gets a weapon flip on this. So this is pretty good. Gets good mileage out of his burst. Could possibly take a round for, but a roll in 3D.
Yeah, the overhead was a little too cheeky. And he didn't have enough time to recover once Painbot decided to roll, since I guess him up much faster.
He jumped back, and Painbot didn't ease him. He still gets a throw. Swift slash is not enough to take the round just yet, so he's going to need possibly one more, maybe two. Tsubami needs one more.
He don't need anything. He got the lead now.
Yeah, but he's still not trying to.
Nah. I wonder if he was looking for a slide or if he was messed up a fireball input. It could be anything.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I imagine like the nature of this matchup just has to change so much, just because we're online. Because like if he tries a bayonet lunge, Ukyo can go under it on reaction, but I imagine that's not gonna happen here.
We don't know until we test it. He wasn't willing to test it. Oh, put that back. Stay over there. He slides in again. And Painbot still doing the right thing, making sure to show that he's willing to put the flex out there. So Terrence has to be hesitant to just throwing his medium buttons out there, because at any point in time he can lose a good grip of life for practically no reason. Sliding in, finding his way in.
Yeah, Charlotte's short jump allows it to really bully with the empty jump concept.
Getting 2 throws. And there it is.
Terrence's favorite move. Yeah, I'm thinking he's trying to react to something, and he's just like slightly off because he keeps getting counter hit.
It's possible, yeah. One unforced error leading to a good amount of damage. You want to talk about mistakes to Tsumami, and nobody was even in that zip code. Just a solid punish.
Yeah, caught him running in. He would die with his rage, so I wonder if he's a little annoyed there.
Probably. I'd have to say more annoyed than normal, because yeah, this is Painbot. Let's be real. He's probably fuming at the fact that he has to play online Samsho right now.
That is likely.
But he did this. He literally made this, so he'll be fine.
It'll
possibly. Nice. And I like that he did the close light there. Just the light in general gave him enough time to recover and punish the dodge. So just showing that he has it on his mind what defensive options are going to come out, but clearly wasn't enough, as he doesn't have an answer for Terrence going to the backside. JC cross up to be the beginning of the end of round 1 for you. So round 2 on the deck, couple of sweeps, throw over to the side. 3 swift slashes as well.
I wonder if some of those backdashes he went to put the Tsubame in and they weren't baits. But seeing that, maybe they were baits.
Ooh. Well, if he was missing the inputs earlier, he wanted to miss that one right there. Gave up a weapon flip in the corner against Terrence, and Terrence is looking so good. Roll 3D again against the overhead, gets him out.
Yeah, he's showing Terrence that is actually not very real. Or people who don't get up, who don't know tech.
All right. It was enough to get Painbot out of the round, but he needs one more.
Ooh, trade with the Tsubame.
And I was sitting there thinking about it for a second. Painbot didn't have a wrong idea with the deflect. That was just a literal rock, paper, scissors decision. Mm-hmm. And you can argue that he was right that Terrence was going to attack, but just didn't know specifically what he was going to do. So he's on the right street, just didn't have the correct address.
He goes ahead and burst so he can have that chunk of help to work with.
Running C, no good, but a running throw, looking a lot better. Big slashes again. Who's trying to bait a DP with that? Yo, he just slides in, gets another throw. Still has a little raise to work with. I kind of wonder if it was possible for him to squeak at East in there. Like, not specifically, but if he had a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I think if he had a bit more, he would for it. Because I think the time got eaten up for him looking for him to react. So
right,
it was a little too late at that point.
Because of that, Terrence is able to find his way out of the corner, fade away JB to give himself another game. What's our count?
Should be 1-2.
1-2, yeah.
Actually, I think Terrence won. I think Terrence won the first game, and then Painbot won the second. So it's either 1-2 or 1-3.
I mean, it's a good set nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
If they somehow give us an extra game, we'll be pretty thankful for that. Just picking them off with a 5B there, 2B to answer back. I like that. I saw that Terrence was really desperate to try to force some space with some lunges, so immediately went back in, got a Tsubami on the side to go. There's no tri-slash there. It was a light tri-slash. Excuse me?
What do you mean?
No, I was just making jokes.
Oh.
Because he wanted a full one to throw back at him.
Yeah.
And now the eagerness of Painbot is starting to chip away at him as he has to go back in again. Only has 11 seconds. Gets to Tsubami. Tsubami times 2. Oh, but that's the one rare time he didn't get a punish on the dodge. But he still has the lead. Oh, what? Oh, wow.
The Painbot's like, I'm taking this now.
Yeah.
he risked it all, but it worked.
I'm still amazed that Terrence was able to slide his way in through the slashes. Like, I mean, it makes sense that it's a thing. Obviously, it is a thing, but just to find his way in and have the heads up to get the throw right there. Yeah, I had to be quiet real quick because, the situation has changed. Deflect got a burst out, and he got him to jump, gets the weapon flip. Weapon flip in the corner as well. This is so good for Terrence.
Yep. So since he did the low tech, that overhead is hitting. Goes ahead, just chips him out.
Both the two times that Terrence has lost momentum once he's disarmed Painbot came from doing that overhead. Still wasn't deterred.
Nah, yeah, just this time Painbot decided to mix up his attacking options, and it worked against him. But at least Terrence has to keep it in mind that he's willing to do all the options.
From downtown, 6D again. The multi-slashes to get some space. That's 6D. And yeah, like you were saying, he's just trying to milk it for all it's worth right now because it's going to be gone soon enough. But he's making such good use of it.
Yeah. And there's an example, yeah. So yeah, Charlotte can't hit him near that animation. So like in the offline setting, it's probably almost guaranteed that if she pulls the sword back, she's gonna get swept.
Steps in, gets a nice punish on the with DP. Yo, that was so monstrous. It shook my controller on the desk.
Yeah, same here. I had to actually stop and consider because I had my phone in my hand. I'm like, what was that? Oh man, game's not playing around.
Shot so big, even the spectators feel it.
All right, good punish on the Wisu Bombe.
Yeah, you can't shoot them shots. Aired it out. Still slide his way in, playing a different sport, if you will. Painbot's really lucky. He's lucky that Terrence doesn't have the sight to hit the deep jump in, because this round would have been blown wide open right there.
Yep.
He's lurking it again. Here he is. 3D Tsubami. Oh! That man airing him out over there.
Oh, you let go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might have had just a little bit left, but we never know anyway.
And if he let go in that scenario, I'm pretty sure that means that he was trying to just block some of that. But hey, guess what? Guess what? You're not that sick. Can't wait for him to go back to the VOD and hear that. Yo, 6-6B. That's how he feels about it. Both of them just playing in rage right now. Mad at each other. Nice punish on the whiff running D. or running C because he hit him with the D. Then he hit him with a Tsubami.
Yeah, he's been pretty good at catching Terrence trying to jump away from him with that. Oh, there come the mix-ups. There we go. Lows, highs, lows. It just had enough time to back dash twice to come in with the down heavy.
And Terrence rolled into all of those. Like, he had some space to roll into the corner as well, or he could have stood up, but like, didn't want to let his rage go to waste, I'm assuming. So, like, he found himself just rolling into mix-up after mix-up there.
A little frustration building up, I suppose.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he tried to bait it with the slashes again, but he was a little early. Or a little too late, rather.
Oh, you want to talk about base? That's a good one right there. It's a high floater, especially after he's missed so many Tsubamis. Some of the movements coming out again. Running D. And I'm a little amazed that Painbot didn't rip him out of the air with a good call on the dodge. Gets the burst out of him.
Yeah, he probably still would have had the life lead. This was off a throw, but he didn't want to lose his weapon against Charlotte. This was very understandable.
All right. He still has a lead to work with, but now he can't defend himself against anything that comes his way. Throw in the 2C. It's a good start, but Terrence still needs a lot more. Finds his way around the deflect with the lunge. It's closing the gap. Painbot's lurking again. This is where it's going to start to get kind of scary. Ooh, good.
Yeah,
Big
this
jump.
jump on the slide was really good.
And he still got the lead after he got knocked down. He's staying in place. Doesn't roll in the Painbot this time. Lets him hold on 7 seconds.
Yeah,
And that one,
with a definitive lead this time.
yeah, that lunge means so much because if he needs it, like right now, he can get up into the clock. Oh! And the DP to shut the door on him, Terrence.
That was a pretty bold jump because if you chasing with that Tsubame, that would have been it. So I'm guessing that's 3-2.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking it's 3-2. I looked over at the stream for once.
Well, there we go.
And I see at least 2-2, so 2-2, 3-2. 3-2 sounds a whole lot more believable right now. Just call it a tight battle. Punish again on bayonet lunge.
Yeah, he's trying to stay in that range where it's much fun because it's a pretty punishable move, but it's usually saved by its range. So if he keeps close enough, it'll work out.
Right. Going to a couple of 6-6 Bs. I like the first one to get out of the corner. Second one is just the mix-up, if you will. But it's one that could have came back to haunt him, but found his way at the ankles again with another slide. But the slide's not meaning too much right now.
At that point, he got no health anyway, so it's not like the punish it won't matter.
Yeah. Gave him a second shot at the punish. That's just what was really funny to me. And there goes Terrence. I was talking about it earlier where, like, in the first few games, Terrence was having to hold down back for dear life. But now that he's comfortable, like, look, he's over there inching with Painbot. Like, if Painbot's lurking, like, walking too far away, Terrence is walking with him. But he's still trying to hold on to the space, like you were saying, to where he can make the lunge an actual threat, or maybe pop off a limb if Painbot's trying to poke at him. Trying to get away from stuff like that, though. Which can't get away from the long arm of the law known as the deflect. Tell him what's happening, as it's going to cost him damn near all his life.
We still got a decent amount to work with.
It don't feel like it
now. It don't feel like it, but hey, if he lands that weapon flip, things can work out. But then again, Charlotte's ability to enforce offense from situations like this are very limited.
Right. And with that, the rage goes, and he doesn't even do anything with it. Like, didn't throw a single attack in it. So it's not the worst because he still has a round 3 to play, but round 2, it's looking like a wash for Terrence, if you ask me.
Not getting that punish. Yeah, using that slide more and more on the Light bayonets. But he's grinding him down.
Running in the DP? What a wild man.
Okay, well, he got the life lead.
Ooh, fade away JB. Gets away from the slashes. He did. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So he wanted that round. And because he was was about to lose the game.
Yeah. Could,
Hey, man.
hi.
Hey, man. You
Hi.
gonna interrupt the commentary? But back to the action. So yeah,
Can't fault him for that. It's his first time over there.
I'm just hassling him. But yeah, back to the mediums.
Oh, that's what we doing out here? Just hitting the B button, middle row?
Yeah, he's just waiting for that because he doesn't have his SSM.
Right.
So it's not going to be as scary for what to happen. And plus, he has his burst, worst case scenario. So it does give him a little leeway. So that's the kind of thing. Even if you hit the SSM in round one, you know, if certain things you give, you make the risk reward better for your opponent for certain things.
No, this happened a little bit earlier, and that's what started the series for Painbot. But is that the first time he's found a 3D against, I want to say 2B? Because that's something that I feel like he looks for very often against Terrence. And it's just the first time this stood out this entire set. But we'll worry about that later, because we're getting to the end again, 10 seconds left on the clock. Getting to that scary time where any hit means so much. Get a 6-6B again to the back. He keeps that behind the glass, breaks it for emergency use only, and it's been so good for saving the day the last few times he's gone to it. I want to say he's only had like one block, and nothing really happened from it. The other times he's gone to it, for whatever reason, getting out of the corner for a mix-up, it's been good. About as good as a deflect.
So he's gonna start this game off really strong with the SSM, putting Terrence on the back foot.
Yeah, it's literally the back foot not out, because the last time I kind of wrote Terrence away, wrote him off for this, he took the round, but he's taking a more aggressive approach this time, running in and looking for the deflect, which he didn't find, but he gets one knockdown, gets a little bit of mileage out of this one. Let's see what else he can get, though. A little bit of chip, that's about it. So yeah, this is going to be pretty hard for him. But another one.
He's trying his best to grind him down, and I guess he was looking for an opening for a throw, but he had it ready.
But yeah, he knocked him down, knocked him full screen, and he opted to just take the chip from the tri-splash, which, I mean, it's a reasonable thing to do. It's a safe thing to do. I kind of wonder if he should have ran in, but hindsight's, no. I can't even call it 2020. Hindsight's just there. Because if he could have ran in and got a JC like he did at the beginning of this round or earlier in this round, could have been a completely different tone, because this is looking really good for Terrence now. Gets a punish on the 2C. And now the tri-slashes are looking so much more threatening as he gets to whittle away except for another deflect. 2 in one game?
Yep, and I'm surprised Terrence didn't burn the rage, but it worked out in his favor as he got the stance break after. But that was pretty risky.
It's greedy. But this is one of the rare times where greed smiles in his favor for the moment. It's not looking good as he gets put on his back again with a 3D, and he waited to let him jump away from it. This is to clip his wings.
All right, looking at 4-3.
Yo, is this the last we're gonna see of Ukio?
Hey man, maybe not. It's looking like a very close set. Well, it is a very close set so far, and a lot of adjustments.
The Terrence thought long and hard before you hit that rematch, man.
What I gotta do, man? Well, how do I stop this?
I thought I was the one that was supposed to be controlling mid-range. That's why I picked this character. Why does this guy keep sliding in on me? What do?
All right, there's the West knocking him back full screen, which usually is pretty valuable, but he actually needs to be in a more aggressive position. But it is nice to cool your head a bit.
Get some space as well. And since he has a lot of time, like, ooh, he was ready for it. Time is now on his side. Doesn't step up and get the punish, but still okay for Terrence. The stance break again. The stance breaks have been meaning so much in this round alone.
Yeah, so we'll see if Painbot will have a bait for the next time the scenario occurs. Yeah, it's looking for the roll, but Terrence ain't biting this time.
Oh, big slide. And the Tsubami. Just taking so much away from him. And it seems like when he gets down in the like single digit territory, that's where Terrence really looks for the Hail Mary DP. But he's found so many of them. And it's one that gave him the lead, catches him in the air, bayonet lunge, and thrust the first round of this game.
Yeah, I wonder what he's like particularly looking for with those jumps, because they're very questionable.
Yeah. And I can't even give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying he's looking for the Tsubami because, yeah, he's been whiffing a lot of those Tsubamis. Floaters? Oh, no.
All right, Painbot gonna hold his ground.
Come on, man. Let him have his rapier back. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Well, he's gradually shoving him back, and it feels like he just has to keep reminding himself, oh yeah, I cannot push him back too far.
The thing I wish Terrence would have took, though, like, he takes the neutral jump against the throw, and he lands and presses a button. Now, I don't know if it's because online to Samsho or not, but I wish he would have landed and back through him right there.
Yeah, would have been ideal.
Painbot switching sides, that doesn't mean too much right now. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh.
Yeah, Terrence tried to push his body over there. That was actually kind of funny. It didn't quite get there. I think he's gonna have to just accept that round's a wash.
Yeah. How did he even get the weapon flip? It was
Yeah, it was deflect.
deflect weapon flip.
Yeah,
Right.
that's probably one of the few ways that he's gonna get it. At least in this patch.
Yeah, I had throw weapon flip on the tip of my tongue. I was like, wait a minute.
He gonna do that in the corner. Yeah, we're back to this back and forth mid range.
Has he thrown a bad slide? Has Painbot done a bad slide? Like,
I think he has, but they haven't really generally answered very well.
right?
But for the most part, it's not common.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to take that big damage. Burst gets another throw. Pushing for the space. Block on the Tsubami though.
All right, punishes with the running heavy.
Ooh. Don't know if he was specifically looking for a dodge, but he'll gladly take the knockdown. Gets a fadeaway Tsubami as well. Oh. But he still gets
Okay. Yeah, I like how he came down with it.
Feel like that's the first one he hit. The first jumper.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was looking to slap that one back, just didn't have the timing to put it away. So that gives Terrence the lead once again. 16 seconds left on the clock. You're gonna have to scramble a bit.
And Terrence also has a rage on the table, so okay. See, yeah, that second slash has a stronger hitbox in the air, so it's harder to jump over it.
All right. And Terrence is putting a lot of traffic out there. Doesn't want to deal with a slide. Doesn't want to try to challenge the Tsubami in the air, but he gets knocked down. 3 seconds left on the clock. Gets up, jumped away, throw, having to burst, stopping the clock. So he's still gonna have to play out his entire rage and a walk of Tsubami.
Well, hey, at least he don't have to play out that rage.
Yeah, that is true.
So 5-3 for Painbot.
So that's what it takes for him to beat Terrence. Just fight him online.
That's what he's really doing. Damn. So good set from those fellas. I Our next match, what is it? Nexinitus versus Big Bates. So we're gonna see Nexinitus up again.
Nexinitus against the stand-in streamer, the stunt double. Shout out for Bates for holding it down while Painbot cheating Terrence out of a set.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I said it. That's probably like the first time he's beaten him in months, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he had to wait till he took him on the internet to do it. That ain't fair. Yeah.
Hey man. Terrence is an internet warrior, so that's his battleground.
He's a warlord, samurai warlord.
So he knows his way around a delay frame or two.
But you can only delay so many frames before the tsunami comes and finds you in the skies.
True.
Man, oh man.
Nope, don't want to hear it. Get out.
Our line is trash.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty bad. That's how you get to beat Terrence, right?
No, Terrence, like that.
Mhm.
The fucked up. All right. The fucked up part is like to punish bayonet lunge and like deal with most of that. I just have to mash on block stun no matter what he does. And then on the coin flip, it's like he also has to like press things so early to punish Ukyo because the shit's so hard to punish. But I mean that's gonna go away because they're nerfing the shit out of 3D. But you know, for now, this is the final Casa of this patch. So you know.
So you got to try to get your win by any means necessary.
Yeah, so at least I got this last W before Ukyo gets nerfed.
You had to play him online with Ukyo to beat him. That's going in the record books, by the way.
Hey, this is the future that SNK wanted, right? Isn't that what it said? SNK, we are the future. What the fuck is this? Their slogan?
The future is now.
The future is now. Yeah, the future is now, old man.
Future now. Future now.
All right, back to streamer mode.
What? All right, just ditch this again. He ditched this before. Who is this in here? I can't see who this is. Oh, it is the samurai god himself. He hopped in the seat. He was ready to go.
He's always ready to go, man. You can't catch him unawares.
That is true. Always alert, able, and ready to battle, no matter the cost, no matter the circumstances. You catch him walking down the street. You could catch him on a train. I bet you he would be the kind of guy that would totally go to like a Starbucks or something with his Switch Samsho, and he'd be duking it out on Wi-Fi. I bet he would do that. No questions asked.
I actually don't think he'd do that.
I think he would do that.
I think he would take it with him. I don't think he'd play on Wi-Fi. He's pretty militant about that.
If that was the only way he could do it,
I still don't think he would. I feel like he's one of those people who he finds his path, he walks it without deterring. He's pretty determined in that way. That's the impression I got of him.
Doesn't sound like a path of a god to me.
Well, that's not what the game says, man.
Fair enough. But we're going to have to see what the samurai god Nexinitus can do against the last Genjiro.
Did he pick Genjiro? I was not actually looking at it.
He picked Genjiro.
Okay.
Unless I can't read. I'm pretty sure I saw Genjiro over there.
No, I would say I was not looking at it, so I didn't know.
I know. Yeah.
Because I know he's been playing a ton of Mina. So, all right, there we go. He's going with one Fu.
Man, you want me to try to play Mina on this trash right here? I'm going to just get out there and DP. Tell me that don't sound like something Bates would say.
It's very Bates-like.
I'm going to hold up forward, throw a couple of these overheads while they still knocked down. I ain't trying to deal with this right now.
Hey, man, you can't deal with these records and lag.
Looked like he couldn't deal with a couple of the pillar tosses as well. As Nexinitus found two of them already.
Yeah. And there we go. All right, so he's got the side switch. Everything's looking good. He runs into a medium. Damn. Brings down the the pillar of the law on top of his head. All right. Surprised he didn't put anything behind that recoil, since Wanfu is typically inclined to do that.
Right. Takes a dunk. Nexinitus' signature move.
Okay. I guess he got the deflect with an overhead.
Yo, that's my corner. And from downtown, chasing with a running D, gets a stance break out of him, but doesn't get a real punish. I got one nonetheless, which I like to say, but for going through all the trouble to bait it, I figured he'd want a little more than that.
Yeah.
He still has control.
Watch the pillar toss this time.
Waited for the deflect, and even though he was looking for a DP, I don't know if the DP was on reaction to the catch or if he was going to do it anyways, but the fact is he didn't swing directly into the deflect, so he knew to pump the brakes.
It's like even if he DPs, Wanfu's punishment is going to be not very heavy anyway.
He was going to toss him, let's be real. He had no weapon in hand. He was dunking.
All right, well now he's got no rage, but he has a good life lead.
He doesn't have any space though.
Well, he does now. Well, not anymore. Probably at least it's not as much as he'd like. But he's not gonna try to commit to anything too rash or impatient. So he's recognized that he's got a decent chunk of life lead. Okay, so that's one of the things Painbot always advocates for. If you see that pillow toss and you in a state where you want to rage, that's what's gonna happen. And so Nexinitus usually does not have to deal with people who know pillow toss counters, but Bates, as living with someone who played Wanfu forever, forever ago, he knows that.
In Painbot's past life.
In his past life. The KIT era Painbot.
Oh yeah, that's one of the bad arcs. Talking. All these stray hits going everywhere. Nexinitus finally finding a little consistency before he gets tossed again. And it's a big toss because it's not only is it a rage DP, it's away from his weapon. Ooh, two-piece. But he can't get there. You don't need it though.
Base was not ready.
Yeah, that man with them stone hands. Out there just throwing boulders at him.
Okay, even I got hit by that one.
Stand on top of him.
Okay, that's
nice.
Stab, yeah. Yeah, he believes a lot in that cross the pillar toss. And yeah, and in general, yeah, it's pretty good. But I imagine Bates is a little bit struggling right now to kind of enforce the weaponless state.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of hard for him to contain Nexinitus, even without his weapon, but kind of goes with the territory of Wanfu. Like, he's pretty versed in not having a weapon. It's going to happen at some time, whether he does it or not. So, But I mean, even with his weapon, it's not looking good for him over there. And he thought he was going to hold down back, but he was holding up back.
Always be moving. So Nexinitus on the board, 1 up.
One up, huh? That was the up. That was funny in my head. Don't worry about it.
All right,
he missed his command throw.
Not that time.
No, I mean I get what Bates was thinking about because he saw him go for like running B, 5B a couple times. Thought he would take one more poke, but that's the RPS of neutral out there. So he's looking for deflect, looking for a button, and he just jumped at him effectively. And now Nexinitus has to try to bring this back without a weapon, and even though he trades, his trade doesn't do nearly enough damage because, I mean, that'd be kind of wild if you can take a fourth of somebody's life with a punch. Yo, that foot, though. Big foot.
I think this is about the time where Nexinitus wants to start looking for that heavy pillar sauce.
He's coming in.
Bates pressing the issue, so I guess he's less on his mind.
Oh, if you would have found that anti-air or air-to-air, that would have been so much for Bates.
Yeah, he was clearly looking for it, but he was off his timing just by a bit.
Solid, gets the backdash away and punish as well. Terrence basically trying to run away from the rage, but gets clipped. And that's a clip that he's okay with, especially since he finds a falling JB. And he's out like a shot in the night. Wait, yo, why are you going in, bro?
Nexinitus says he wants to finish it now. The crouch heavy turned to a crouch heavy from Bates, and now the fortunes have been reversed. And he just got he just hit him low 3 times.
3D, literally 3D, because he wanted to run in with a healthy lead. Huh?
So 2-1 for Bates. All right. All right, yeah, he's switching up his buttons now because Monfu's jump is generally hard to contest, so he just kicked him.
Right.
So you see the little adjustments Bates is putting in there.
You want to talk about adjustments? Nexinitus just knew for a fact that he's going to be blocking off his back, got his throw. I'm just chasing him to see how much he can get before he goes on the run again. Speaking of roll, yeah.
Bates really thinks Nexinitus is going to sit there and wait for that command grab because I don't think he's hit him with it once.
No.
Nexinitus is definitely a mover, so he has to keep that in mind as he applies his own strategy.
And he dashed in and did a running A. Ooh, he dashed in and did a running A, and he got him to dodge, but he wasn't ready for him to dodge, or he just didn't believe it was happening, and he was still hammering on A, but he was still able to pick him up a little later on down the road. Wasn't ready for that dodge though.
All right, Bates starting out strong. Next night, it's a game to catch up on now.
That was more than strong, dude. Yeah, that's swole body start right there. Out there leaking, quite literally blood everywhere. Getting put in all.
I'm not saying he's lucky he didn't die for that throw, but he decided to die on the follow-up interaction instead.
Yeah. It was a good idea from Bates. Start that off. Backdash a couple of times because he knew that the rage was about to end soon. Did he just take the what?
He did.
Doom, 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 doom.
And this is the weakness that Painbot always about. So yeah, that's good, but you lose your weapon. And the average Wafu would be like, well, you're good without his weapon. The average observer, he still loses a lot of system tools, and he still has to deal with a lot of things.
He loses his range as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gotten 2 command throws to keep this pretty even.
So yeah, that's the big thing is that he keeps his damage at least. Or not, well, not as much, but he gets to be more painful than usual than most characters.
Either way, wasn't painful enough. His 2 throws were not nearly enough to equate to all the slashes that he had to take.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you got if you got a big enough life deficit, it's gonna be difficult to make him up with command grabs. Okay, goes for the heavy after the deflect.
That was such a monstrous way for him to start off the game as well. That man really went for a pillar right there.
He did. He's actually lucky Base knocked him out of there with that DP. Because it didn't do much damage and he got to keep his pillar.
Who's met at the gates with the Rekka.
Base really believes in that command grab. But like even then, it's like he hasn't really shown a potential, I guess a tendency just to really sit there for any amount of time, really.
I mean, he sat there long enough to take the tick, bro.
That is true.
Ooh, clipped him out of the back dash with a 2C.
Yep.
Looking kind of good for Bates until across the pillar came. Knocked on his door, back throw. Close him into all the pillars.
Gets him into the corner, but he rolls out. Or gets him close to the corner, rather.
Yeah, you got like really big corners in your house, man. They seem to reach like halfway across the stage.
Hey, man.
What's up?
He had him in the box.
That's
just
fair.
not close enough. I actually did think it was the corner. Then when he backed up, I'm like, oh, never mind. So that was my mistake. But we got some bullying on wake up going on. But yeah, one of the things Bates will do, he will test you on recoil. His recoil, yours. He will make sure that he will present that DP there.
Well, he might need. He don't need no DP, though. He just got 2 Cs.
Yeah, I actually thought he was gonna get hit by the explosion of the pillow toss. I think he just barely missed it.
Yeah.
Because it's happened to him a few times.
You can see the singes on his clothes right there, man.
Yeah, pretty much. So Bates is looking to take it all if he wins this game. So Nexinitus has quite a mountain to climb.
But he's doing it one pillar toss at a time. Gets a punish on the. It was a punish that he wasn't really ready for on the dodge. Because I feel like if he was ready for it, all of the pillars, but he only did the light one. So it was kind of like he was option selecting in the event that he hit him, but wasn't making a hard commitment.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Bates running in, looking for another throw, doesn't get anything. 0 for 2 in the throw department this round, but the DPs are looking a lot better. Looking for him to roll around the corner, nothing there, but he'll gladly take a DP, keeping this guys clean, throwing a card on top of the pillar so he can't roll out. Run it again, but he got it.
Yeah, he decided to just take the damage and pick it up. Luckily, it wasn't the 2C that was waiting on him.
Yeah. Blocked the first record, wasn't ready for the second one. Bates didn't know it was going to hit, but this one, for sure, on the mark.
Yeah, so now that we've kind of progressed a little bit, Bates is really showing him the cost of throwing away your weapon.
Yeah. It's a Samurai Showdown. This is a weapon-based fighting game. Therefore, you'd probably prefer to have a weapon. Unless I'm mistaken. Yo, if he would have been able to run all the way and get like the cross up on him right there, that would have been so nice.
Yeah, it goes for the sweep. Goes for another one. He's trying to look for base toes.
Oh, he's finding them.
Yeah, he has. Oh, wow. Yeah, forces him to use his own birth. But here we go again.
Ace Uno! The Ace Uno offsuit.
So now he has, Ace Uno. he has rage, but now he can't really do anything with it. And so Bates goes ahead and takes it 5-1. And so, like, yeah, that's. I mean, I've said it a billion times, but yeah, he ain't have a weapon.
Kind of hard to fight without your weapon, coach.
It is. It is. So our next match will be the last of the night, I believe.
Unless we have some more surprises.
Yeah, barring any surprises from our esteemed host, we're gonna have Terrence and Folken coming up.
Now, you think Folken will go back to playing Mina for this one? I mean, obviously he's been playing matches off stream while we've been sitting here, but you think he's gonna roll up to Terrence with a Mina, or is he gonna go straight to Yoshitora?
He'll probably try Mina first and then go to Yoshitora, but it might be the other way around. I imagine in whatever case, he's probably gonna try both.
I would hope so. Get the experience out there at the least. But maybe he doesn't need it. Maybe he 5-0s Terrence and character.
I mean, if it happens, it happens.
That's how you're gonna put it on the table, eh?
Well, I mean, like, we got to think about what happened in Reboot where Terrence lost to Shadow Aces Galford. So he still has his edge cases where he has to, increase his knowledge of what a lot of the characters do and stuff like that.
It's fair. While we're waiting for Folken to pull in, this is the time to remind everybody that even though we're sitting here online in the Sam Show, Casa de Online, this is still a Casa event. So yeah, just like Coach did over there, if you hit Matcherino in the chat, we'll pull up the Matcherino links. You go to Matcherino, or if you click the link, because you need the link to get to the tournament, you enter PBTV3 for your coupon code, and you can throw 50 cents into the pot. Now, I say you throw in there, but it's not your money. Free money. Yes, you can get free money. You can also do some sponsor quests to add some more free money to the pot and help bolster the, I don't want to say pockets again. I guess I'll say the pot. I'll go with the default word. Just stuff up the pot for whoever's going to walk off in first place.
And just a reminder, Grand Blue is already over, so make sure you specifically do it for Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, that game is done and gone, has already been paid out. Gotta give some big ups to Ed. Ed gone bad. I had to remember the rest of it. I've just been calling him Ed all day. Ed gone and took the Casa de Grand Blue, trying to see who's gonna get Casa de Samsho. Walking into what we are assuming is going to be the last match on stream. Terrence with his Charlotte. Folken with his, who did he pick? You didn't see it. Damn.
I wasn't paying attention.
You never paid. What?
Oh, he's going to put the guy on the box.
Oh,
Mr. Reliable.
Man, he's getting ready for next week. He's getting ready for some Soul Calibur.
Demon slaying time.
Yo, English VA Halmar. He's coming for it. You ain't ready for it.
I'm actually not. But in any case, Folken thinks he's in patch 1.0 the way he's leveraging that running light.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, Terrence knows the score and he put some punishes on it.
Not only is he putting punishes on it, he's putting a lot of traffic in his face. So many lunges, so many slams. Got a DP for the knockdown, and he finds himself out of the clear. So unless Folken can somehow get in there right now, which isn't happening since he's just looking for the projectiles, I think this round is pretty much over, honestly.
Yeah, but Halmar has the tools to make it happen.
Especially if Terrence wants to jump into a couple of jump-ins, squeaks his way around the 5C. That could have been the round right there.
Yeah, it would have been pretty tragic for Terrence if had that landed. And he kind of got away with it, got away from it just like by a hair.
Slid away from the throw as well and finds himself one round. Ooh, but he couldn't get away from the deflect, but we all know what that was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. That's very unfortunate for Folken.
Hate to see it happen. First break, he really got in this match, and he's trying to do the thing that Painbot taught him to do with Yoshitora, which is effectively to jump in and press a button that's not going to hit to give the illusion that you're doing a jump in, and to take the mix up from there. Halmaru, I can't think of if he has a really strong low, but it's still a strike throw mix up nonetheless.
Yeah, that can generally work, but yeah, it especially works with Yoshitora just because of how his jumping heavy works.
Jump heavy and his sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he finds him with a projectile. Still needs a couple more to take the lead away from him. And it's possible that'll get it if you can. And then here we are in the middle. Fade away JD. Get some space. Trying to hold on to the lead. Yeah, and he let that go. 5C again. Stuff down with a big B.
Yeah, you kind of see the Halmar inexperience there, where he just gets hungry for the far heavy, and it didn't quite work out for him because it does a lot of damage, and it's a pretty good button. So, a lot of people in a tense situation, they'll go for it. Like, well, if it hits, it hits. So it's not a terrible decision, but when someone can see how linear you are, like Terrence, it tends not to work out as often as you'd like.
And you say linear, and Terrence is saying this is a perfectly straight line right across the x-axis with no variables whatsoever.
Just going for some more zoning. Yeah, I think like you see him like he's comfortable with the fireballs when he's far away, but then mid-range he's not quite sure what he wants to do with Halmaro. It's like I don't think I've seen him do like a far medium, for example.
He hasn't.
Yeah, and I've seen like he either tries to jump in or run in with the punch, or he'll zone, or try to force his way in. I guess.
He tried another one with the forget exactly what it's called. He tried the command overhead. Didn't work either, which, I mean, he was using the intended purpose, but you can't just throw that out against Charlotte. With how big her tri-slashes are, you have to place it pretty specifically, or reasonably specifically, to get over it.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you can just do on a whim, and punish on the slide is very negative.
Oh yeah, he did that jacked up in his face. It was going to be punished all day, and just hammered down as he tried to step in his face one more time. It's looking kind of grim for this Halmaro right now, but he's still got at least another round to try it.
And then there he goes. See, if you see the kind of pattern, see jump, run in, and Terrence is gonna go for the weapon. Okay, so I like that he's trying to get his weapon out of his hands.
Kind of surprised he didn't just take the SSM right there, but weapon flip is not a bad answer at all. You know?
Yeah. It's like either way it's pretty good. I guess he wanted to use the resource that'll come back eventually, but either way he's well, Folken is taking charge now, so
still whiffing slides. He's lucky he didn't get DP'd in there, and he's gone to that pattern a couple times. JC immediately JCing again, taking his combo jumps, but yeah, Terrence wasn't ready for it that time. Was a little too eager to get out of the corner and got snuffed out and gave Folken the first round with this Halmaro. So there's a little bit of life in this guy.
Yeah. So here we go, slinging the fireball. Yeah, Folken lost his patience first, or rather he initiated action first. That's what.
I want to get in. You know it's on his mind. He's looking for it again, and because of that, Terrence threw a couple of lights in there, you know, trying to look for the faster recovery. Trying to see if he can intercept him if he tried to go over the top of him. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, he's kind of good, because like I think Terrence still doesn't really believe that it's that the pattern is basically looking for a jump, or rather he hasn't like, you know, sat down and just waited for the DP or whatever. Okay, using the rage to incentivize him to not pick up the weapon. Very common strategy in the third round.
Right.
And now he's killed the weapon. Terrence got a little too cheeky.
And the gunslinger with the quick draw, Eason. Okay.
All right, we got one on the board. Went up again.
So this is the answer, huh?
I suppose so.
Halmaro. This is how we do it.
He's so used to probably Yoshitora's the running against himself. He probably didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And even Mina has a really long range one. So it's like those cases you ain't gotta move. You just do it.
So sad, man. He had it. He had the whole world in his hand, and he dropped the ball. Now he's got to go through all this nonsense. Try slash. Stay in that one.
Yeah, started out with a big deflect, and now he's down half life.
And he DPs when he finally gets in there, and Terrence taking the biggest punish that he has on the table. Well, biggest punish that he has, but the big one that he has on the table, takes the entire round. Gladly gonna throw his SSM into it, because I mean, it's not like there's gonna be one coming back at him anymore.
Right, back to the the bullet hell.
Nah, I can't even grace it with that, man. Literally
it
only
probably
two.
feels like that to him.
There's only 2 shots on the screen.
Man, but he can't get past them.
Has to be one of the worst mini games ever for Folken.
But he finally makes his way in with the sweep. But Terrence just switches places with him. It goes hits him right back. He was just a little too short, or maybe he still had the throw protection on.
It's possible. DP means so much for Terrence as he's allowed to go back to his game, but he's letting Folken get a little too close. Gets a JC, second JC off the mark. Oh, and he wanted to deflect so bad. That deflect, I mean, he didn't have weapon flip at the time, doesn't have SSM, but he still could have turned that into huge damage had that have hit.
Yep. All right, catches him low again. Yeah, Folken turning the aggression up. Terrence is just willing to let this round go if need be.
Folken's finding almost all of the right answers right there. Had so many, but he needs to put his period at the end of the sentence, let it run on a little bit too long, and it got cut in half with a DP.
All right, so that's 3-1 Terrence.
Yeah? 3-1. Folken's crashing into this one. Sees that there's nothing in front of him, so got to get in while the getting's good.
All right, so now Terrence is presenting those DP now.
I feel like he's more inclined to do it when he gets in the corner, because it's not like he's got anything else on his mind. He can't keep backing up, but by trading specifically, he's been able to get out of the corner a couple times in this set. So here we go again. Here we go again.
Looks like Folken's trying to actually build up some just defense, but he's not quite getting the timing down.
No.
And yeah, you can just see the frustration like gradually mounting to the point where it's like, I'm just gonna run this because this doesn't hurt, and maybe it'll just work.
Ooh.
And it did. But unfortunately, he didn't get what he wanted after.
Nah, he finds himself in the same position, different side of the ship though. Rage slowly dwindling away as he gets skewered in the heart by another bayonet lunge. And we go back to status quo. Oh, wait a second. I looked away for 1 second, and I see he actually hit a tornado. It's really good. And that's actually something that's been happening a couple of times in the this game specifically, where Terrence has been looking for the cross-up JC, and Folken has met him in the air. Like, he wasn't able to keep him in the corner, but it's really good that he's not letting him pass for free.
Yeah. They were given their jump arcs, and the fact that how Mara has such a steep jump heavy, just jumping above her short jump arc gives kind of free reign to his hitter. So Terrence, you kind of see him going less and less to try to meet him up in the air. Okay.
Solid.
So Folken say he got the good stuff too.
Waiting for the DP, finally gets the heavy that he, although a guaranteed one nonetheless. Here we are, Folken trying to see if he can get a second game, but he's going to start with a little bit of a deficit as Terrence saw that throw coming a mile away.
Yeah, he's starting to mess up his timing more and more with the holes.
Yo!
All right, it worked out.
Rolling the OS, but by picking up his weapon, he gives him a chance to get the throw. Big throw from Folken. Yo, he really wanted all that. Yeah, he's gonna have to burst. He tried to take the ace, no good. Bit of a scramble. No anti-air from Terrence. Got caught asleep at the wheel. Gonna have to burst himself.
A bold jump.
He got away with it.
He did.
And now Terrence has to see if he can force one out of Folken because he got one and he wasn't ready.
Yeah, he did it just a little too early and went under him.
He gets it and gets to the flex. He still has his SSM. Yeah!
Terrence over here turning tragedy into triumph.
My word. Man.
That's 4-1.
Could you believe? Everything was looking so good. What did he I can't even remember what he deflected. Was it 5B? Was that the first time he hit that button?
I want to say it was 2B. Because he's pressed that a few times.
All right.
But I'm not sure.
It was not to be.
Nonetheless.
Here we are. Game 6. Terrence up 4-1. After being able to claw a game out of the jaws of defeat, getting back to what he knows best, playing a bit of geometry, using his 4 lines, triangle and a straight line, straight line again, triangle, triangle, triangle man, triangle man. It's already got half life. Wherever he can, backs up and goes to triangle again. Triangle man.
And Folken, he's ate so much of it, he has no life left.
5A, 2B. And we will see if Terrence gets this 5-1 sitting on match point.
Yeah, if Folken doesn't really establish a ground game, it's still going to be rough. And he's kind of betting on these Hail Mary jumps to work out. And then there's a few games where they have. He's gotten what he wants, but for the most part, statistically, it hasn't been working out very well.
I mean, you said he needs to establish a ground game, and he's showing that 9 is his favorite number, just up forward for days. And that finally gets shut down by Terrence. Back to his overhead shenanigans. Hey, here's another person who doesn't believe in it. Okay. That was the start of it. But now he's gonna have to get the motor running again. Still has a rage to work with another JC.
All right, there's anti-air. And I wonder if Folken is just so focused he's gonna die with rage, and he does.
Yeah.
So 5-1 to Terrence. So, barring any surprises, that should be the last match of the stream.
It's the last one.
Well, I guess the best thing to do right now is to ask the streamer, Painbot, what you got?
It's the
Crickets.
Yo, what the hell?
I see him turning his mic on and off. Did he break it?
What the fuck happened?
Oh no. He's having to disconnect and reconnect. That ain't sounding good.
Well,
do I
guys,
need to do the sign off for you, man?
I know y'all can hear me, so
Damn. If you're talking, you can't. You cannot hear you.
You know what could be bad though? He could be talking on stream.
I am talking on stream.
Nah, he would just like leave then. So maybe his mic's broken.
He might mixed himself out
I can't get this shit to work.
with his new mixer. Getting him in more trouble than his work.
All right, fuck it. All right, guys, that's the end of this. We'll catch you next time. Probably next week or the week afterward. Hopefully we'll have everything ironed out by then, so it's not so clunky like it was today, but it was still fun. And online, questionable, obviously, as always, but in these hard times, it's all we got. So, all right, guys, I'll catch y'all another time. Unless y'all want to watch me play Monster Hunter. See ya.